In this video, we are going to talk about Jupiter into the Nakshatra of Shatabhisha and Pada's symbolism and more. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Bharani Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. If you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join my 3 hours free training wherein you will be able to get started into Vedic astrology and even start making predictions even if you have no prior background to Vedic astrology without spending thousands of dollars on Vedic astrological online courses. Jupiter into the Nakshatra of Shatabhisha. What is Jupiter? We have already made a separate video on that. I won't repeat that, but Jupiter is the planet which is the most benefic planet, which is the teacher of the Devas, and it is all about expansion, positivity, surplus, mentors, teachers, and all that is good in life. Let's talk about Shatabhisha Nakshatra. Shatabhisha Nakshatra is Nakshatra which is ranging from 6 degrees 40 minutes of Aquarius to the 20 degrees of Aquarius. And it has 4 padas. The first pada of the Shatabhisha Nakshatra goes into the Sagittarius sign. Second pada goes into Capricorn. Third into the Aquarius. And fourth into the Pisces sign. Now, what happens when you have Jupiter placed in here? Before that, let's talk about Shatabhisha Nakshatra is Dasha ruled by Rahu. So if you have moon placed into the Shatabhisha Nakshatra, your Dasha sequence will start with Rahu. Now, the deity associated with the Shatabhisha Nakshatra is Varuna. In last video, we discussed about Saturn in Anuradha, where we discussed about, the Mitra. Mitra and Varuna are polar opposite. Varuna is the deity associated with the underworld or underground, and Mitra is a deity associated with the day sky. Okay, so even when we see the directions, Varuna rules the west direction where sun sets in. That's where his kingdom starts. Varuna is the Asura, but he is not demon, but he is one of the Asuras who is ruling the darkness. Varuna is also said to be the ruler of the cosmic sea. Okay, and he is the deity of water. Remember, we discussed about the deity of water in the Purvashada Nakshatra. Varuna is the husband of Varuni. Varuni is the wife of Varuna, and she is the deity of water. And Varuna rules the cosmic water or the cosmic sea. Now, Varuna is also said to get invoked together with Mitra. So Mitra and Varuna are always together. So when Jupiter comes in here, the planet of knowledge and expansion comes into the nakshatra, which is about underground. What it does is it shows the person would be interested into occult, mysticism, and hidden things in life. Okay, which is more like the 8th house things. And now into this underground, you also see a lot of secret knowledge. You see astrology. Okay, so the person with Jupiter into the Shatabhisha Nakshatra will also have some association with astrology, with some occult and mysticism, okay, or anything which is hidden or in dark. Now, the planet of expansion comes into the nakshatra, which is about the occult and mysticism. So these people like to explore. These people like to explore things around the occult and mysticism and expand their knowledge into these areas. Okay, and it is also associated with a bhakti. Like an 8th house is more like a devotion and bhakti. So a person with Jupiter into the Shatabhisha Nakshatra can also be a person who is, getting into this path of bhakti. The Shatabhisha, the literal meaning of the word Shata is 100, Bishaj is healers. So this is a nakshatra of healers. Okay. So anytime when a person is going through a treatment, or let's say he's going under some medication during around this nakshatra, he is will get cured easily. Okay, anytime when we start the treatment, or when somebody is getting healed during this nakshatra, their response to it better. But if somebody is getting ill into this nakshatra, then they say that it is even difficult for the celestial celestial god of medicines to or physicians to bring him back as well. Shatabhisha Nakshatra is all about healing, medical, and all sorts of recoveries, medical recoveries. Now, the planet of wisdom, the planet of divine guidance comes into the nakshatra, which is about healing, which is about you know becoming healthy, being healthy, coming out of the disease, right? So this planet of knowledge and wisdom comes into this nakshatra of healing. So these people are natural healers. These people have the ability to heal people. These, like I have seen people with Jupiter in Shatabhisha Nakshatra have the ability to feel the pain of other people and heal it. The Lord Varuna, the deity Varuna, said to have 1,000 eyes, because it is in the dark, but all the stars are his eyes. So these people are, are always looking for knowledge, because the planet of Jupiter comes into the nakshatra with 1,000 eyes, looking for knowledge. Okay, so these people have have a thirst for knowledge, and they're always looking for knowledge, all kinds of knowledge, and they get it by the blessings of Jupiter. If you have Jupiter placed into the Shatabhisha Nakshatra, you have great connections with people having planets in Anuradha Nakshatra, having planets in Jyeshtha or Bharani Nakshatra. Okay, so these are some of the nakshatras which have some karmic connection together. The Shatabhisha Nakshatra is also about the secrets. Okay, now the planet of wisdom and knowledge and abundance comes into the nakshatra, which is about the secrets. Now these people first know a lot of secrets, and they themselves have a lot of secrets around their relationship. If it is a woman, Jupiter also represents your husband, or so there is a lot of secrecy around your relationship with your husband. You don't like to talk about it, you hide it. Even if you're dating, nobody knows about it. Where are you meeting, what are you doing, nobody knows about it. Okay, so this is also one thing. The Shatabhisha Nakshatra has 4 padas. The first pada of the Shatabhisha Nakshatra goes into the Sagittarius Navamsha, and here Jupiter feels inspired as it is into its own sign, into the fiery sign. Now here Jupiter feels good about the Shatabhisha Nakshatra and is inspired on his path of spirituality. Second pada of Shatabhisha Nakshatra goes into the Capricorn Navamsha and is a debilitated pada for Jupiter. Here, Jupiter doesn't feel, optimistic about spirituality, but he is more practical. He tries to see the practicality around his spiritual path. Okay, now the best pada for Jupiter is the third pada of Shatabhisha Nakshatra, where it goes Vargottama. Okay, and here these people are on the path of spiritual journey. Now they have overcome the Capricorn thing. Now they have, they don't have the hesitation of practicality. What will happen if I follow the spiritual path? Will I be able to achieve my material gains and so on? Now he has passed the last hurdle on the path of spirituality. The third pada is the most potent pada of all the padas. Okay, and this Jupiter tends to give best results in this nakshatra with respect to all the Jupiterian qualities like spirituality, knowledge, finances, and relationships. Now, the fourth pada of Shatabhisha Nakshatra goes into Pisces Navamsha in its own Navamsha, and this is a Pushkar Navamsha. This is also one of the potent Navamsha. It gives best results. Now Jupiter is on the final destination. Now Jupiter is on the last sign of this cycle of development for the journey of the soul. Now Jupiter feels at home. Jupiter is, ready to let it go, ready to ready to dissolve into the uh, spirituality. These people have pure emotions, but at the same time they hide their emotions, because remember, the Jupiter is like Pisces is this ocean. Nobody knows what's happening in beneath it. Now Jupiter comes in here, so these people have a lot of knowledge, but they don't show it. Okay, and being on the last pada of this nakshatra shows that they are on the path of the self-realization and on the path of spirituality. They have made up their mind to be on the path of spirituality. Okay, and remember the nakshatra of Mitra, that Anuradha, Vishakha, and also Shatabhisha Nakshatra has great connection with Lord Krishna, along with Rohini Nakshatra as well. Okay, so these are the nakshatras which are associated with Krishna, because remember in Bhagavad Gita, the 10th chapter, 29th verse, Lord Krishna says, I am Varuna, right? He says that I am Yama, I am Aryaman, and in the next verse he says, I am Varuna. Okay, among the gods of oceans, I am Varuna. So yes, this was Jupiter into the nakshatra of Shatabhisha as much as I could hold, grasp, and share with you guys. If you want to learn Vedic astrology, join me on 33 Days Vedic Astrology Bootcamp, or join me on the free training. Link is in the description. Sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibes. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.